Race 5 yesterday was running of the Caulfield Guineas Prelude, Group 3 race for 3-year-old colts and geldings over 1400 metres. The winner was Ferdinand. So what do you make of that race, mate?
Look, disappointing I thought the race was overall. I think the Melbourne 3-year-olds in general lack a bit of excitement this crop. I'm still a fan of Time Thief. I have been, I've sort of been keeping a close eye on him and thought he was very unlucky last start. And look, you know, might have been on face value a little disappointing on Saturday, but I think he was ridden quite aggressively yesterday, which may have played against him, and I thought he showed a fair bit of character to really fight on towards the finish. I mean, he looked beaten halfway up the straight, but then was still fighting neck and neck with Ferdinand close in line. So he's still someone who I'm going to look to follow into that race. But you know, to be honest, I think, and I'm sure we'll go into greater detail when we talk about the Sydney races, but the likes of Samantha Miss, you know, would pick up and carry these guys any day of the week, and yeah, so it was a little bit disappointing. I thought a couple behind them sort of finished the race off nice enough. Foncosta the Hero seemed to get home quite well. He's a horse I've got plenty of queries on though, so I wouldn't be getting stuck in him too soon. And I thought Who Begot You, again, ran well, was unlucky again, and he's certainly a horse you can follow, and maybe into something like the Victoria Derby, who knows. So that was my take on the race, boys. Okay, the winner? Don't you don't think Caulfield Guineas horse? No, I don't have that much of an opinion of the winner who won the race well. I guess you have your horses, Arvo. Everyone has their horses they follow. You know, you can't take anything away from a winner, and he's certainly going to be a big chance in the Caulfield Guineas. But yeah, if I was to take a horse I'm going to follow out of that race, it'd still be Time Thief. I haven't lost faith in him as yet. So.
Yeah, similar belief to you about that race, Matt. I think that yeah, there was some reasonable performances. The winner's performance was good. He came from a wide gate. He had to do all the bullocking work. I thought that his effort was quite good. Foncosta again ran home strongly from the back of the field. Hope he's not going to be one of those gunners. Hoping that you know, he can put everything together. If he does, I think you know, we've seen that he's a horse with a lot of natural talent.
Yeah, so far none of that golden slipper form's held up.
No, so far it has been a bit disappointing.
Like it does every year, I guess. It's no surprise.
Well, you know, sometimes it just takes a bit longer to come through. I mean, I think the previous year
I'm thinking the first like 4 or 5 horses in the race. You know, we've had horses.
I still say though he's run the winner to what was the maiden in the end. It wasn't far at all. No. And Samantha Miss and Sebring had some pretty stirring battles then after that in the second and third leg. So I think, you know, there are some lines to be drawn there that you would have liked to think Foncosta the Hero would go on with it as a 3-year-old. But yeah, it remains to be seen.
Also, like to mention Who Begot You. I thought very unlucky again. The horse, he just seems to always find backsides when he's trying to make his run. I think that horse will be competitive even if they run him in the Caulfield Guineas. What we have to remember is that some of those Sydney horses won't be coming down for that particular race. They might be coming down, but not for that race. So this is going to be the makeup of much of the field. There's not going to be too many.
Dewporth, I suppose, will come across.
Dewporth and possibly I'm not sure if predatory prices coming down.
Yeah, he's going to go for the champion.
Yeah. Okay, well if he's not, he would have. In my opinion, he would have won it. Yeah, like I think this is going to be the makeup of the field. So I think Who Begot You was one other race that I'd be following for sure.
Yeah, look, I totally agree. In my opinion, Who Begot You is the best 3-year-old colt in Melbourne. I think if he certainly should be going around the Caulfield Guineas, and he should have won yesterday. As a matter of fact, don't know what the plans for the horse was yesterday, whether to ride him did like they did, but. You know, a horse as talented as he is, he found himself, you know, held up on the fence with nowhere to go. 200 metres out, he's still no running, and he only got out with about 100, 150 to go, and he took quite a few lengths off them in a running. Now, a horse as talented as he is, they should not be riding him for luck. Yeah, from barrier 11 especially, if you're going to be out the back, make sure you're outside of horses, and that. You know, coming into the straight, that you have clear running, you're pulled out wide, and you have a long, sustained run at him, give yourself every opportunity to win. Not being held up on a fence and nowhere to go. He was certainly beaten previous in the McCurl when second in Sugar Babe, and again, he never got a crack at him that day. You know, this horse could be unbeaten today. You know, he won his first, he was unlucky not to win the McCurl, and yesterday, never got a crack at him. So, Again, and Street Cry, once again, we did mention the other day, but
Yeah,
he's got
he's-
predatory price, he's got Who Got You doing the job. And,
He's done a great job.
He's doing a
really
terrific
has.
job,
He's,
and this fella's out of a Japanese man by Carnegie.
right.
So, you know,
He's got
Derby written
there's a
alone
lot
in
of
this
status
place.
there. Yeah, you
Yeah.
know, he'll stay too. Like
I-
you can see that the horse relaxes very well in
For
his
sure.
races, and
For
I
sure.
think he'll be a real player in anything that he contests.
Oh yeah, so that horse for me is the one to follow out of the race. And
I think we
Caulfield
agree there,
Guineas.
boys. Yeah, I think we agree.
Okay, great, thank you.